Hi, it's Paul from howtoplaybassdotcom, fourth in a series of mini lessons looking at early Motown, early Jamerson bass lines. Today we're looking at another Supremes tune. This is called Come See About Me. Again, this is pretty straightforward. The majority of it is in eighth notes. There's a couple of 16th notes in it in a section of the song, but essentially it's very eighth note driven. Very straightforward, very easy for beginners. A couple of cool things that Jamerson does though. He uses a couple of chromatic passing tones as approach notes, which is worth looking at and checking out. Sounds really cool. And also he uses anticipation, which is where you, instead of playing the chord tone on the downbeat, on beat one, squarely on beat one, he plays it on the and of the fourth beat of the bar preceding it. Just gives a bit more of a subtle rhythmic flavour to the line that he's playing. Before we get into the lesson, if you're not a subscriber to my free monthly easy, then head over to my website, links underneath the video. Just click on it, go over there, find the subscribe page, enter your email address. You'll get a series of video lessons with PDFs as a thank you for subscribing. It'll come over the next few days. And then there's also a unique monthly lesson that comes out, and only people who are subscribed get access to the page and can see the video, so it's definitely worth doing. Okay, let's head over to the video itself, and let's start with the intro. The intro is basically a 4-bar section. It's just got a 2-beat tag coming in. You can hear it when you play the original. Play through with a 2-beat tag. 1, 2. Anticipated D is the first beat of the verse. So let's look at the notes. Very straightforward. There are only 3 notes in the pattern. We've got B, 4th fret of the G string, A, 2nd fret of the G string, and the open D string. And you've got this kind of rhythm. The tag is and then right at the end, we've got that pattern, that 4-note pattern, to take us into the verse, which is the open A string, B at the 2nd fret of the A string, open A string again, and then D. This time I'm playing D at the 5th fret of the A string. So that whole pattern, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. As I said, that anticipated D on the last and of the 4-bar intro is held over into the first beat of the verse, and let's go and look at the verse section. The verse is an 8-bar section. Remember that D, I'm going to play that anticipated D on the and of the 4 count in. So let's play through the 8 bars and then we'll talk through the notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got a little run there down to G, which is the first note of the next section, which is the pre-chorus. Very simple section. The majority of it is just this D kind of pedal tone, which is the 5th fret of the A string, and then we've got this run at the end of it, which is open A, B, back to D. B is 2nd fret of the A string. So that pattern just repeats, and the only time it varies is as you're coming into the next section, which is the pre-chorus. And what you do in that section is you play 4 on the 8th bar, you play 4 Ds, then you play open A, B, 2nd fret of the A string, open A again, then A flat, which connects the A to the G, which is the downbeat of the pre-chorus. So that last bar again. And although that sounds, you probably heard that it sounded like it was a wrong note. When you play it in context, by the time you get to G, any tension that the ear hears on that A flat will vanish the minute you land on G. Great example of how Jamerson used chromatic notes in lines, even to very simple songs at this stage of his Motown career. Something you could really pay off from studying a lot. So anyway, as I say, that G is the first note of the pre-chorus. Let's go have a look at the pre-chorus. Okay, the pre-chorus is a 10-bar section, which then leads on to a 4-bar chorus, which is based on what we've looked at already, that kind of rhythm and pattern, before it goes back into the verse. So I'm going to play through the entire section, then we'll talk through the pre-chorus notes. 3, 4. Note that going up to the high B and the A signals that the verse comes back in. So let's look through this pre-chorus in a bit more depth. The first 2 bars repeat, and so bars 3 and 4 are identical to bars 1 and 2. The 2-bar pattern is, and then that repeats. Let's go through the notes. It's G, 3rd fret of the E string, G, G, open A, B flat, that's bar 1. And then the second bar is B, 2nd fret of the A string, B, open A, B, open A, F sharp, 2nd fret of the E string. So then you repeat those 2 bars. And then you've got this distinctive run in the pre-chorus. Which we'll go through. The first bar of this run, which is bar 5 of the pre-chorus, is just the open E string and F sharp, and you're just playing. Then you go to G, 3rd fret, F sharp was the 2nd fret of the E string, and then before you go back to E, you hit the F sharp again at the 2nd fret. So play the first 2 bars of that run really slowly. E, E, F sharp, G, 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 F sharp. And then you're back to E, F sharp, and then you've got a little variation on the G section you play. There's like a 16th note skip in there, which just gives a bit of rhythmic emphasis. You've got G, G, 16th note G, G, 2 Ds, 5th fret of the A string, back to G, and then the next bar is just G, and then the 10th bar, which transitions back to the chorus, is G, G, A, B, D, D. So I'll play just from their run, so from bar 5. Then you're back into these last 4 bars, very similar to what we've already done. You're only basically playing D. Then you've got this 4-note run, A, B, A, D. And then at the end of it, you signal the verse coming back in with that high figure, B and A on the G string, 4th and 2nd frets. And then you're back into the verse. That just leaves us one section to look at. There's like a little sax interlude about the minute 30 point of the song, just after chorus 2. So let's go and look at that. Okay, this sax interlude is a 5-bar section. Play through the notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, back into the verse. So look at the notes. First bar's in G. It's G, G, F sharp, G, A. All notes are on the D string. You've got G's the 5th fret, F sharp's the 4th fret, A's the 7th fret. So it's this rhythm. And then you're down to the second bars in D, which is D, D, both 5th fret of the A string, open A string, D again, F sharp, 4th fret of the D string. Then you've got a very similar pattern in pattern bar 3 of this interlude. You just got an extra G thrown in there compared to the first bar. It's G, G, F sharp, G, G, A, and then you're down to the last 2 bars, D, and that you've got that riff again, B, A, down to the open D string, signals the verse in. It's moved by half a beat there to match the drum fill, so do watch for that when you play it. But that section's pretty straightforward, and with all those sections you can put the song together and play through it.